really glad to do this interview with you. And I know you have a really great story that you want to share. So let's go ahead and I'll let you tell the audience about your background and how you heard about Course Careers.
Yeah, my name is Tim Butler. From Seattle, moved down to Florida the last couple of years, and I was actually in the healthcare field. I did go to college. I went to University of Arizona, and then I transferred to Eastern Washington University. Long story short, I started in healthcare recruiting, and that's like for travel nurses and staffing nurses per diem and travel contracts and things of that sort. I did that for about 8 years or so. And on the side of that, I also did have a company as well that I do run, which is a business lending brokerage. And that's the sales portion, which I'll get into a little bit later. But long story short, I was doing healthcare recruiting, and I still currently do have a business loan brokerage, which is sales, and I have recruiting. And then long story short, I was just online one day, and just an ad of yours popped up, and I was like, oh, what is this talking about? You can make X amount of money, doing, tech sales. And prior to me even knowing what tech sales was, always wanted to be in tech. But I was like, hey, maybe I have to go to school or something for tech, but I didn't. I went to school for business management, and I didn't go into business management after school. So I just literally went to recruiting, right? And long story short, I went from there and I just went down the rabbit hole of watching all your videos, all the testimonials, as well as then I went online and I started, for some reason, like the algorithm or something, ads start popping up, other videos start popping up, suggestions start popping up. And then I went on Instagram, and then other things start popping up, like Cyrus. And then I had Antoine, and from Black Heights and stuff pop up. I was like, everybody's talking about this stuff, and it's very affordable. And they also had like discount codes, which I didn't do that, but I was still a little, skeptical of it. But I just kept watching the videos, and I ended up just indulging into the course. I started with the practice one or whatnot. And then I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. It was only a few bucks, and the worst that can happen is that I learned something new. So it was pretty cool. And I go more into that as the questions go.
Yeah, for sure. The risk reward ratio is really good. I mean, I think everyone's a little bit skeptical when they go into it, but it's like the upside of if this thing actually works out for you, like it does for so many people, you have a very high paying career path. And if it doesn't work out, then you lose like $500, So it's not like it's going to ruin your life, like going to college and getting a ton into debt or signing like an income share agreement for $30,000.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. And with that being said, is like I saw yours, and then I'm like kind of a nerd on like online and stuff like that too, and I like to always do my research no matter what.
yeah.
One, I've lost thousands of dollars just from doing like marketing ads and stuff for my brokerage. I've lost
Yeah.
thousands of dollars in indulging into mentorships that didn't give me the quality that your course for $500 did. And then as I did it, it was like I looked into all the other, boot camps and what they had to offer. Some were saying, hey, 15% or 30% for the next few years. I'm like, no, like that makes no sense. There's
Yeah.
some other ones say 15,000 or 30,000 here, a huge down payment. And then sometimes though, for transparency, some people say like if it's too cheap, then it might not be as much quality. So then that goes through your head. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
what should I do? What should I do? So I'm just asking questions, looking for reviews, looking for online as well as like video reviews like we're doing now, and just doing my research. And then I was like, you know what? I've lost more than this just like last week or something from doing a Facebook ad that got me 2 freaking referrals and that can convert. So I was like, just go in. It's only $500 and I could just make that back at some other time. And I went in it, and it was literally it. I am in the position I am now because of the course, like literally. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy the type of other stuff that's online, these boot camps charging like 10, 20, $30,000, one percentage of your income. And like you said, a lot of people associate higher prices with higher quality. When in actuality, like we compete against very low quality programs. They make you sign this contract, they take your money, and then you ask what's next, and
so yeah,
it's
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
it's just crazy. And
Yeah, I've saw some horror stories on those as well, and like I think there's actually a lot of, not to go into them, but I think I saw like a lot of like lawsuits and stuff for some of these places as well. So I was like, and I haven't found one bad review about Course Career, so I was like, why not?